Hey, what is up again everyone? This is Ron and I'm back with a brand new video here on my channel, Rock and Ron. So for today, we're going to take a closer look on these awesome diecast mining truck models from my collection. Alright, awesome. So the thing is, these are not brand new. This has been sitting in my diecast backlog collections for years now. Like way back 2016, I believe. So yeah, on this video, we're going to do some size comparisons with my real grades and high grade Gundam builds. And we're going to do a review of these models right here. So I'm going to show you the issues that I've had with these models, as well as some modifications that I did on these mining trucks. Alright, so yep, once again I got this way back 2016, and the first model that I got is this Siku T-264 Liebherr Mining Truck. And as you can see, it still looks awesome, it's still mint. This has been kept in the box way back, and it has diecast metal parts and partly plastic. As you can see right here, it looks really awesome. So the thing is, they claim this is 1:87 scale, but I believe this is more likely like a 1:100 to 1:144 scale model. And there I'm going to show it to you with my size comparisons with my Gundam builds. Alright, so there we have it. Alright, so for the second model that I got is the Matchbox phone truck. So this is like a smaller scale version of dump trucks out there. And for this one, this is 1:148 scale, which is closer to 1:144 scale model. Alright, that looks really awesome, as you can see right here. So for this one, I got this way back like I believe 2018. So this is made of diecast. It looks awesome, as you can see right here, for the RAM piece and whatnot. There we have it. And for the last mining truck that I got, the latest one is the Huina Mining Truck. So for this one, I got this way back 2020 from Shopee. And as you can see, it still looks awesome, it's still mint. And once again, on this video, we're going to take a closer look on these models, as well as some size comparisons with my Gundam builds. Alright, so there you have it. So once again, I like collecting smaller scale diecast to complement my real grades and high grade Gundam builds, because they simply look awesome beside your Gundam builds as they run a piece or whatnot. So as you can see right here, it looks awesome. So by the way, here's the boxes of these models. So for the first one that I got way back 2016 is the Siku Liebherr T-264 Mining Truck. And as you can see, they claim it is 1:87 scale, but this is more likely like a 1:100 scale, very at the 1:144 scale model. And at the back of the box, it shows some modifications of this model in real life. As you can see right here, looks nice. So as you can see, the box is really old right here, but the model is still mint condition. And for the last one that I got is the Huina Mining Truck. Then the box is much larger, as you can see right here. So for this one, they claim it is 1:48 scale, but I believe it's not accurate, and it's more likely like a 1:100 scale. Alright, or 1:144 scale model. But the thing is, even though it is larger and it is larger than 1:44 scale, I like to imagine this as a fictional mining truck that exists in the Gundam universe, you know. So there's that. Alright, so without further ado, let's take a closer look on these mining trucks and their articulations and issues, and some modifications that I did on these mining trucks, and some size comparisons with my Gundam builds. Alright, that will be awesome. Alright, so once again I'm back, so let's take a closer look on these diecast mining truck models. So starting off with the first model that I bought way back 2016 is the Siku T-264 Liebherr Mining Truck. Alright, so as you can see, it still looks awesome. The model is still mint in condition, as you can see right here. Looks really nice, looks really cool, no issues. Alright, so once again, they claim this is 1:87 scale, but I believe this can pass as a 1:100 to 1:144 scale diecast model. Because once again, I do have this pilot figure from the real grade Mark II Gundam. If I put it side by side, it seems close in scale with 1:144 scale model, especially side by side with the cabin where the driver sits. Looks pretty in scaling up, and also side by side between the ladders and stairs on the front of the truck. Looks really cool. Alright, so by the way, quick specs of this Liebherr mining truck. In real life, this weighs like 176 tons, and it has a load capacity of 240 tons. So fully loaded, this should weigh like 416 tons. And it has some 2,700 horsepower engine, looks really cool. So the thing is, I'm fascinated with these mining trucks, and the thing is, driving one of these, I think it's like a dream. So I think this is the closest thing that we have right now as of the moment, like driving a mobile suit or a Gundam or whatnot. Because once again, these things are really huge, like a 3-story building on wheels. Looks really cool. So there you have it. So by the way, speaking of the Gundam universe, I like to imagine this mining truck to exist in the Gundam universe, because you know, in the Gundam universe, they can build like huge battleships, space battleships, mobile armors, mobile suits, and for them to be able to mass produce all those machines, they will require a lot of raw materials. So for them to be able to get those raw materials, then mining should be a huge thing in the Gundam universe. So that's why I like to have this beside my Gundam model kits. Alright, so not just in mining, I like to imagine this as a support vehicle to be sent in the battlefield to haul some disabled mobile suits and some mobile suit parts to be sent to the scrapyard. So by the way, speaking of scrap, I do have this box of scraps, high grade scraps that I bought from a Japanese thrift store. I got this only for $3 as a bundle, as is. So the thing is, I did not bought this. I'm just going to use this for custom builds or get bash or whatnot, or maybe if I need some polycaps, this will be useful. Alright, and also I do have this non-grade pulleys, alright, side by side with this mining truck. So the thing is, even though this mining truck can handle like 200 plus tons, so if you do the math, a basic mobile suit like the RX-178 weighs like 33 tons and 54 tons fully loaded. So if you do the math, they should be able to carry like 3 to 4 pieces of RX-178, and this is how it will look like if it's carrying some disabled mobile suits at the back to be sent to the scrapyard or to be sent to the Gundam hangar. But the thing is, once again, even though it can carry like 4 mobile suits, the question is, how will you be able to fit those 4 mobile suits in such a small space? So the answer is to compress them. So I think it's better to carry them piece by piece, just like so. Maybe some feet and arms and torsos to be sent to the scrapyard for some spare parts or whatnot. And this is how it should look like, with some spare parts at the back, just like so, and maybe some weapons. Alright, so that's how it looks like. Looks really cool. So if you're ever building a diorama with some vehicles on it, this will be a great addition for your diorama piece, diorama builds or whatnot. Alright, so there you have it. So that's it for the scraps. And also this can carry like small vehicles at the back, in the bucket. So I do have this collection of 1:100 to 1:144 scale semi trucks, and I can fit like 3 to 4 trucks at the back, just like so. And that's how it looks like. Actually, I can add one more, just like so, and it simply looks cool. So assuming that these semi trucks weighs like 5 to 10 tons in between, so it should be a no problem for these mining trucks. Alright, so there we have it. Alright, so for the articulation of this mining truck, this is a pretty heavy casting. I think this weighs like almost half a kilo, and this upper bucket is made of pure Diecast metal. Alright, so as I tap on it, it sounds like a metal, and this can lift just like so, and it has a decent angle for the dumping, and it has this 2 hydraulics with some metal parts, as you can see right there. Pretty well built. Alright, so the thing is, even though this model is pretty well built, it's not perfect, because the thing is, after a year of owning this, I've had some issue with the hinge. So this is the major issue with this model, it's the hinge at the back, because once again, this bucket is pretty heavy. So every time you lift this model by holding the bucket, the lower part of the truck will automatically sag down because of its own weight, and that's because once again the hinge got loose. But that's no big deal, because I was able to fix that issue. What I did was I pulled the stock hinge and then replaced them with some Tamiya mini forward drive screws, and then locked them in place with some lock nuts, Tamiya lock nuts, and some spacers and washers, and it's good to go. So by the way, I did this modification way back 2017 and it still holds up until now. It's still pretty tight. Even if I hold it on the bucket, the lower part doesn't automatically sag down. So by the way, here's a good example. So this Matchbox dump truck is naturally loose out of the box. So what happens was that when you lift this model, the lower part of the truck automatically sags down because once again the hinge is loose. Even if you hold it upside down, because the bucket is made of metal and heavy, it automatically sags down. But once again, this is no big deal for this model as well, because I can easily pull out the hinge and replace them with some Tamiya Mini forward drive screws and lock nuts, and this is good to go. Alright, and also better yet, what I'm planning is to install some neodymium magnets. So as you can see, there's a hollow part on the chassis and I can install some magnets on there, and it should be able to hold the weight of this mini Diecast model so that it will not automatically sag down. So there we have it. Alright, so the thing is, when I first bought this Siku mining truck way back 2016, this cost like $15. So I'm not quite sure how much this costs nowadays. So it surely will cost slightly higher because this is hard to find and this is no longer in production. So the price will depend on the reseller. That is. Alright, so by the way, here's a quick side-by-side comparison with my 1:1 144th scale mini Diecast car from Kyosho, and as you can see, it's pretty much in scale. So it has the same width on the cabin between this two-seater car and the driving cabin. So inside this cabin there should be two seats. It is a two-seater, and same goes with this car. So it has the same width. Looks really awesome. And also, once again, this has a load capacity of 200 plus tons. So I do have like 80 pieces of these mini Diecast vehicles, and imagine that it shall be able to carry all those cars. But the question is, how will you be able to fit all those cars on such a small space? So once again, the answer is to compress them. So a car press or a car crusher should be useful for you to be able to load all those scrap cars on the bucket. But once again, we do have Gundams, so a Gundam can easily step on these mini cars and they will surely flatten out, especially the GP02A because it has a huge feet. Alright, so there you have it. Alright, so not just mini vehicles, I do have this 250 grams of uncooked popcorn, and I can put it on the bucket just like that. So assuming this is 250 grams, so in 1:144 scale, this should be like 250 tons of giant popcorn. Looks awesome. So you can actually eat on this. You can put some chips and nuts on this. Useful as a mini bucket, or maybe some fries and chips and cereals. So if you really wanted to, you can eat on this. Just make sure that you clean it afterwards because the grease and the salts could damage the paint job on this models right here, and you don't want that. Alright, so there we have it for the Siku mining truck. It looks really awesome. And I almost forgot. So as you can see on the aircraft carrier, I do have the gun tank. And if you're thinking what I'm thinking, gun tank plus this mining truck, you can actually fit this gun tank on the bucket just like that. So it's like a support vehicle for the gun tank, just like so. Looks really awesome, as you can see. Alright, so if you do own this mining truck, you can do this. Looks really cool. Alright, so there we have it. So now let's move forward to the other models that I got, which is this Matchbox phone dump truck. Alright, so by the way, this dump truck is 1:148 scale, which is closer to 144 scale. And once again, grabbing my 1:144 pilot figure from the real grade Mark II Gundam, it is pretty in scale enough as a one-seater. Alright, so this will be awesome once again for diorama piece or whatnot. And on the bucket, it can fit some cars at the back just like that, or some smaller cars. I do have smaller cars here. I think I can fit 3 pieces of small Diecast cars at the back of these, just like so. So this can be useful as well. Like it can carry like ammunitions for the mobile suits or maybe some polycaps or whatnot. Looks really cool. So for this one, I got this way back, I think 2018, and I already lost the card of this. But yeah, there you have it. So by the way, this is kind of rare nowadays, pretty hard to find, no longer in production. So this may cost you like maybe some $3 to $4 online, depending on the reseller. There you have it. Alright, so last but not the least, the latest model that I got is the Huina Mining Truck from Shopee. So for this one, I bought this for only $20 way back 2020. So the thing is, the price nowadays for this mining truck is still the same. It ranges between $25 to $30 or less if you do have vouchers and discounts, and depending on the occasion that you're going to buy this on. Like for example, if you're going to buy this on Christmas Eve, there could be a promotion going on for Christmas discounts, so you can buy this for like cheaper, like $20. Alright, so for this mining truck, this is pretty heavy. I think this is almost a kilo in weight, right? So the bucket is pure Diecast metal, as you can see right here, and it is pretty detailed. As you can see on the top of the bucket, it has this texture for the Diecast bed, and it has an awesome paint job as well. So after years of owning this, I haven't even got once a paint chip on the bucket. Actually, I do have one paint chip on the axle, near the axle, but it's no big deal. I can easily repaint that with my Tamiya paints. So there you have it. So for the issue of this mining truck, it has the same issue with the hinge. So after a year of owning this, the hinge at the back got loose because once again, this model is pretty heavy. Every time you lift this model by holding the bucket, the lower part will automatically sag down because of its own weight, because this is made of Diecast metal. So once again, what I did was I pulled out the hinge and replaced them with some Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive screws, and I did this modification way back 2021, and it still holds up until now. It's still pretty tight. So you can lift this bucket just like so. It has a decent angle for the dumping, and it has 2-stage hydraulics with some metal parts, as you can see right there, pretty well built. So once again, even though this is pretty well built, it's not perfect. You may need to modify the hinge so that it will not get loose. So for the second modification that I did on this mining truck was that the wheels at the back, the gap between the wheels at the back is kind of too wide, as you can see right here. So out of the box, this doesn't look realistic. So what I did was I disassembled these wheels at the back and pulled them from the axle, and then I installed some plastic bottle caps from a 2-liter plastic Coke bottle, and I drilled a hole in the middle and sandwiched it in between these tires right here. So now the gap is barely noticeable. And also I painted the inner rim of this wheels at the back, because once again, out of the box, this looks toyish. So now it looks way much better. Alright, so for the third modification that I did on this mining truck was that I installed some cushioning between the chassis and the upper bucket. So as you can see, there's a rubberized foam being held by 2 cable ties or zip ties. So the purpose of that was because this metal bucket is hitting the metal chassis every time you lift it up and down. So if you have this modification, you will avoid some paint chips on your model. And also it improves the stance of this mining truck, because the upper bucket of this mining truck is kind of leaning forward without this modification that I did. So that modification acts like a spacer for this upper bucket. Right, so there you have it. And for the third modification that I did within this mining truck was this custom weapon. So you can see this is from a third-party Lego weapon set that I got from Shopee. Because once again, I like to imagine this mining truck to exist in the Gundam universe, so it should be weaponized if this is going to be used in the battlefield to hold some disabled mobile suits or whatnot. Alright, and for the other modifications, the windshield. So the cabin on this mining truck doesn't have a windshield, so what they did was I cut some plastic sheet, clear plastic sheet, and then installed them inside. So by the way, you can easily disassemble this cabin. It's just being held by screws underneath. and you can easily modify these. Alright, and also I did some repaint on the interior with some red color. As you can see, it looks way better now. There you have it. And so for some other articulation of this mining truck, this has a steering mechanism, as you can see right here. Alright, pretty addition for this mining truck model. And the thing is, I did some modification inside this steering mechanism to make it tighter, because out of the box, once you tap on this, you will easily steer this steering mechanism, but now it is pretty tight. So I installed some rubber pads inside this mechanisms right here. You can disassemble them with just removing some screws. Alright, so given this Diecast mining truck has some steering mechanism, you can easily convert this into an RC mini mining truck if you really wanted to. And if you do have the tools and technical know-how about RCs, if you're an RC enthusiast, that is highly possible. So all you're gonna do is to install some servos here, some motors, some ESC receiver, battery compartment, and you're good to go. But once again, it is possible, but it will require a lot of work. Alright, so there you have it. So for the last modification that I did was that these rubber tires doesn't have an outer wall on the other side, so it exposes the plastic rims, as you can see right there. So as you can see, I installed some black plastic sheets to cover the rims, because out of the box this looks toyish, but now it looks more realistic. So there we have it. So by the way, it has some mixed plastic parts. So this railings is actually made of durable, flexible plastic, almost rubberized, as you can see right here. So no need to worry about these parts breaking, because this is like a piece of rubber or whatnot. And also the rails, and also this cabin is made of plastic as well, but the chassis itself is made of diecast. The steering mechanism right here is made of durable hard plastic. Alright, so careful of dropping this, because once you drop this, something will surely break. Even if this is well built, be careful about dropping this, because this is too heavy. Alright, and also one of the weakest part of this mining truck is the paint job itself. So since this is heavy, once you drop this, you will have paint chips on the model itself, so just be careful. Alright, so there we have it. So for the mining trucks, that's all the mining trucks that I have right now as of the moment. So maybe I will get a mining excavator as well. That will be awesome. So once again, if you want to buy this specific model, I will post a link in the description below of the video. And once again, the price is still the same. It's $25 to $30 or less if you do have vouchers and discounts, and depending on the occasion that you're going to buy this one. So maybe if you're going to buy this on the Christmas Eve, that will be way cheaper, like $20, depending on the reseller. Alright, so that's about it. So let's go ahead and move forward to the B-roll and some size comparisons with my Gundams, and after this we're good to go. Alright, so there you have it, some mining trucks to complement your high-grade and real-grade Gundam builds. Really awesome. Alright, once again I'm back, and that wraps up our video for today. So once again, these mining trucks are awesome to put beside your high grades and real grade Gundam builds. So if you ever came across these models, I highly suggest you get them. Awesome diorama piece for your Gundam builds, just like that. So it simply complements the look of your high grade Gundam model kits. It adds some realism to their looks. Alright, so once again, if you ever came across this, I highly suggest you get them. They're pretty awesome and well built. Alright, so yeah, once again, that wraps up our video for today. If you want to buy one of this, I'm going to post a link in the description below of the video. But I believe this is a specific store that I saw online on Shopee. They only have 3 models remaining. So if you want to buy them, you can still buy them. And once again, the price range depends on the reseller. And the one that I saw is like $25 to $30, and it could be less if you do have vouchers and discounts, and depending on the occasion that you're going to buy it on, maybe on Christmas Eve for Christmas discounts or whatnot. So yeah, that wraps up our video for today. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe and the like button. I will highly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So once again, this is Ron, or rock on, stay awesome, and have a good one.